Planning a funeral, of course, can be painful, right? And it's not exactly the best time to compare prices for services, but there's a new website aiming to make it easier to do that.
Yeah, we have Better Get Beccaro here to explain. Here's News 4 consumer reporter Linda Beccaro.
Yeah, it is a very difficult time, so this does help quite a bit. According to the National Funeral Directors Association, after all, the average cost for a funeral and a viewing is around $9,000. So now, in the privacy of your own home, there's a way to see how much different funeral homes charge for similar services in your area. It's something most of us don't want to think about, losing a loved one. But when the moment arrives, there's lots to consider. Thomas Vallick is the assistant manager at the family-run Criddle Funeral Home on Manhattan's Upper East Side.
Every funeral is different. I mean, everything is really customizable, whether you want to have a simple cremation, you want to have a memorial service, you want to have a full layout with a burial. And because prices vary, there's now a new website called Funeralocity.com.
Between 80 and 90% of all funeral homes do not put their prices online. We created a site in which people can put their zip code in right on the homepage and get the prices and services of every funeral home in their area.
I don't really know why a lot of funeral homes won't list their prices online. We, in fact, do list our prices online, and we have for many, many years.
The Federal Trade Commission enforces the funeral rule, which gives consumers the right to buy only the funeral arrangements they want. You do not have to accept a package with items you don't want. You have the right to buy caskets and certain services separately. Remember that no state law requires embalming for every death. In most cases, refrigeration is acceptable. Funeral directors must give you price information on the telephone if you ask for it, and you don't have to give your name, address, or telephone number first. And the funeral home must give you a statement listing every good and service and its price, as well as the total cost before you pay. Thomas says if a loved one is seriously ill or in hospice care, it's helpful to start planning ahead.
Do you want to have a cremation? Do you have a plot if you want to have a burial? If you're just going to do a cremation, do you have a niche for the ashes, or are you going to keep the ashes at home?
Funeralocity.com lists funeral homes in the largest 100 cities, including our area, and it plans to add more listings every day.
And I think that a mechanism like Funeralocity is going to create more efficiencies, and I think there will be price changes over time.
Well, Funeralocity also designates certain funeral homes as excellence providers, indicating that they've vetted those businesses by confirming their licenses and making sure they meet government standards. But they admit that they do charge a fee to list those providers, and they do receive a fee for any business they receive from them. They also told us that they do conduct quality webinars for funeral homes, also for a fee. They say they do have to generate some revenue for the site, and that's how they do it.
Yeah, hard to talk about, but it's important. And for customers, is there a fee to use the site?
No, in fact, the other way is how they are able to make some revenue. So for the consumers, the service is free for them to use as a comparison shopping tool.
You know, you're in a different state of mind. You can do this kind of ahead of time.
Yeah, so if this can help, right, the process just a little bit, alleviate the stress of the situation, maybe plan ahead, that can help.
Yeah.